somebody's like, hey, what's your name? I'm not like, buddy, first things first, I like potatoes more than my dad.
Hello and welcome to the second round of the tournament. Let's get down on that tee and do some golf.
This teacher took every cool lyric in formation and just made it so lame. She's standing in front of all of us and she's like, okay, girls, here we go. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. I got hot sauce in my bag. I was just like, is this a hate crime? What is happening? It's not a hate
Pretty
crime.
deep
It's a
stuff
love
here.
crime, but it's still a crime.
Give it a good hack. Let's put it in the right direction.
It was so bad. We spent a whole hour learning these dance moves, and I had this moment of optimism, you know? I had this thought. I was like, maybe it's just been bad because we've been doing it slow. I'm going to put it all together and nail it. And she's like, okay, girls, from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looked like someone opened the gate at a doggy daycare center. It was mayhem.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
is for
there's
Birdie.
been a debate raging in our society for many, many years. People are on one side or they're on the other. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground. We've never been able to solve this problem until tonight, because I figured out the solution. Yes, some people are clapping because they are excited about solutions. They don't even know what I'm about to say. Like, I'm just glad about somebody coming up with a solution for the problem I'm not aware of yet.
Perfect.
Here's what it is, folks. Here's the divide. Some people like cake more than pie.
Starting your round under par. Not bad.
Some people
And
like
one
pie
over for the
more than
tournament.
cake. We've never
Let's
been
put this
able
drive
to
in the
agree
fairway.
which one is best until this historic night. Yeah. You're going to be part of history. Because I have figured it out. Now, I need your help very briefly. First, I need you to stop yelling out cake or pie. It's still a comedy show, and it's still a monologue. By round of applause,
Solid swing.
how many people like cake more than pie? It's a fair amount of people. God bless you all for voting.
And this one looks like around 240 yards
I'm
out.
woefully unprepared for this turnout. Still using the applause as vote system. How many people like pie more than cake? Oh, you pie people. You make me laugh.
No good.
Cake will always be superior to pie.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're in the rough here.
I'm sorry. For one very simple reason. Frosting! Y'all forgot about frosting. Frosting trumps all. Have you taken leave of your senses? You're going to put whipped cream up against frosting? Don't make me laugh. Whipped cream? Did you ever eat? Well, here, let me put this to bed once and for all. Whipped cream. Here's how good frosting is. When you are eating it out of the can, you feel shame.
Ugly lie, but we're
Must be,
almost
it's
on the
pretty good.
green. Let's keep going.
Must be it's too good. You're not supposed to eat it like that. What does pie got going for it? Pie filling. Even the name filling makes it seem like it's not that important to the pie. There's no contest. There's no contest. I want you to think back to those food drives when you were a kid. Picture that cardboard box in the corner of the classroom. Did you ever see a can of frosting in there? Let me save you the trouble. No, you did not. I bet you saw more than one can of pie filling in there, though. That's how little we think of pie. Get this out of the house. Hey, give it to the poor. Maybe they have time to make a lattice crust all day. Have a job. I'm going to call in sick from work.
And that'll keep you at
Make
1
some
under
Dutch
for the
apple
round.
pie.
And you're 1 over for the tournament. Third hole coming up. Take your best shot.
If you are eating pie filling out of a can, there has been a disaster. Things are not good. Things are not good. You are in an underground bunker and you are running out of food.
I don't think this is going to get there.
Oh, I'm so hungry. What do we got left? Pie filling. Thought we planned this better. All right, here's what's going to happen. First, I'm going to eat that pie filling. Then I'm going to eat you. The only way pie will ever be victorious over cake is if science figures out how to frost a pie. Why has this not been done? You're telling me in the history of dudes getting high, no dude ever turned to his friend and said, I have news for you. Drugs finally paid off. We're going to put frosting on that pie.
And that'll keep you at 1 under for the round and 1 over
I saw
for
a
the
documentary
tournament.
about the universe that said there are over 200
Okay,
billion
let's
stars
plunk her in the
just
fairway.
Milky Way. If you asked me to guess how many stars were just in our galaxy, I probably would have guessed 1,000. And then if you were like, no, higher, Joe, I might have said 1,040. Which means I would have been off by almost 200 billion, which is a lot. They say it's more than the brain can comprehend, which just makes me mad at my brain. I'm like, come on, dude, grasp.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here.
And my brain's like, I'm trying. Well, try harder. Can we go back to Instagram? Yes, we can go back to Instagram.
And from here, we're about 130 yards out.
New telescopes, they think there might be 200 billion planets in the Milky Way as well. 200 billion planets? My brain's like, nuh-uh, they took away Pluto, remember? There's only 8 now. Because Pluto's a dwarf. Now there's 8 planets instead of 9, but there's 8 dwarfs instead of 7. You're embarrassing me, brain. There's Dopey and Sneezy and... Shut it, brain, grumpy. Whenever I think about the universe, it just makes me feel so insignificant. It's like, God, I guess I shouldn't even pay my credit card debt. You know, I'm just a speck. Really, Joe? That's the lesson you took from the Universe documentary? Was to not pay your debt? Yeah, pretty much. Because think about 3 billion years from now, the sun will be so big our oceans boil over, so I'm not trying to be a homeowner.
So be careful if you travel. I guess that's my point. Have you guys ever... I went to Canada. Did you know that in Canada, the alcohol content in beer is more than it is here? Like the same... I didn't know that. I wish...
And that'll keep you at 1 under for the round. And you're 1 over for the tournament.
Fished for 2 hours before we realized the boat was
Coming
still
off
on
a
the trail.
par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Hey, no wonder we caught a mailbox, man. That makes perfect sense now. Makes perfect sense. Everybody's got a mullet there, right? I'm not making that up. I thought that was just a rumor that we made up about Canadians because they're Canadian and they can't defend themselves, right? Turns out it's true. Everybody's got one. They got a sense of humor, too, though. As soon as I got to the border, the guy was like, "Oh, you up here looking for weapons of mass destruction, eh?" I had a weird day today. You ever do this? You ever go to the gas station, put the hose into your vehicle, and then realize you got no idea how to turn the pump on? You ever do? Shut up. I'm not the only one that's ever done that. You know you've done that. That's the most alone you will ever feel in your entire life. You have absolutely no options. Nothing. All you can do is stand there, stare at it, and hope that magic's real. That's your best bet. Like, all right, let's get some gas. There's no gas. You guys have gas on your hose over there? No gas on my hose. You guys have gas on your hose over there? Hey, there's no gas coming out of my hose over here. Hey, there's no gas coming out of my hose over here. There's no gas on my hose. I lifted the lever. There's no gas.
Pretty deep rough here. Not going to sugarcoat it.
Finally, he gets on the PA system. He's like, no, don't help him. It's much more fun to watch.
I am worried about the next generation. I really am, because I think they are protecting their children to death. If it doesn't stop, this is what you're going to hear in a few years. Welcome back to Millennial Baseball, with the Cal State Crybabies going up against the Colorado Snowflakes. Tension is high in the bottom of the sixth, where the batter coming up has self-esteem issues. If the umpire calls a strike, he'll be guilty of a hate crime. If he calls a ball, then the pitcher can call a self-soothing timeout. Here's the pitch. The batter connects. Oh, it's a short hopper over to right field. Oh, but currently the entire outfield is gathered in a resistance protest over on the far left.
Great contact. Nice swing.
The first baseman runs up. He scoops up the ball, takes a selfie, and posts it on Instagram. He throws a heater over to second base, but the second baseman trips over the leash of their emotional support animal. So the runner rounds their way to third. The third base life coach waves them into home because that's where they'll be living 5 minutes after they graduate. The emotional support animal won't let go of the ball, so the second baseman runs him in the home. The runner slides, the dog jumps, and the umpire calls him out. But wait, the umpire's been accused of white privilege. So the referees look at the footage, and yes, the umpire is white, so the runner is safe. To keep it fair, both teams score 1 run each. We're going to take a break now for our 7th inning self-esteem stretch, but before we do that, to keep it fair, we're going to repeat the entire broadcast in Spanish. Hola!
Okay, now with that, you're going to stay at even par. So, yeah, not too bad. And 2 over for the tournament.
So people get into comedy for a lot of different reasons, you know, mostly to escape your past. And I feel like I did things a little differently. Like, I got into comedy to pursue my real dream, which is to do temporary administrative support in an office. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me. I have been blessed to have worked in many offices. And I realized my main regret is I've never done this. I wish just one time when I've been sitting in like a tense company meeting, I'd stood up in the middle of it, apropos of nothing, and gone, I think the bigger issue here is I can't read. And then just walked out. And I was like, who was that? Does she even work here?
Nice swing.
Shouldn't give her a hard time. She can't read. She's got enough on her plate. Offices are such awkward places. I don't even think that's the most awkward thing that's happened in one. Like, I've temped a lot.
For the
Any
bird.
temps in the audience? Okay. Well, you know, we're all temps in the general sense. So that's fine. Temp jobs are weird. One time I temped at a place for a year, and when I was leaving, they had me train my permanent replacement, which I found very silly, because why would you have your least invested employee educate your hopes and dreams for the future? Like, as a temp, your best work attitude is just, fine, I'll do it. Like, that's you on a great day. So it was unavoidable when my boss was just like, show Megan, the new girl, how to use the fax machine.
All
I would
right.
just do something
Let's
like
let
this,
her
where I
rip.
was just like, well, what I usually do is, I throw toner in my eyes. And I make it look like an accident. And then I just keep pressing 9 until someone tells me to go home.
Solid swing.
It's really easy. You'll get the hang of it. When's lunch? Been on lunch since they hired me. Gonna need tougher questions, Megan.
All right, and we are
Say
about
your name,
160
change it.
yards or so from the pin.
Anyway, if you need anything else, I have to do what I do every day at 2 o'clock, which is put white out all over my face. Crash a board meeting full of suits. And go race. Let's talk about it.
Great contact.
Came here to make a difference. Validate my own parking. Offices are so odd. I feel like every office I worked in, when I start, I'm like, I'm a pretty nice person. And then every time I leave that job, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm a murderer. I just haven't found the right opportunity yet, but I'm definitely a murderer. I just feel like humans aren't meant to work in such close, confined environments together. Like, offices always, it's like someone sneezes one time and you're like, Gesundheit, God bless you, go with Buddha, or whatever you believe in that day. But then whenever people sneeze 3 or more times, it's like, get your life together, Susan. You're ruining this for everyone.
Okay, this one to save par.
One time I worked in an office, this happened in an elevator. It gets better. A woman walked into an elevator, then I walked in, then a man walked in. So far, all innocent. That's important. The button panel is here. I press 4. The woman presses 3. The man's too far away, so he goes, 6, please. I was raised well, so I press 6. He goes, why, thank you. And then the woman goes, oh, you're welcome.
Nice stroke on that one.
What?
And with that, you will stay
That's
at
an
even
example
par.
of taking credit
And
for someone
2
else's
over
work
for
on
the tournament.
smallest scale possible.
Okay, here we go.
She was using manners in a rude way. Not to be a stickler, but okay, that's how you do it. What are her circumstances is that she just has to bogart someone else's thank you in an elevator. Like when she walked in, was she just like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win.
Well, I guess you can't hit all the fairways.
Where's my rose? And let me just tell you, there are a lot of time and space constraints to seeking revenge
Yeah,
in
you can
an
get up
elevator.
and down from here, I think. Give
Like,
it your
there's
best.
not a lot of room to move. We're on the clock, so I had to think fast, go straight to primal instinct survival mode, so you can't judge me for what I did. I just looked her dead in the eyes, and I farted really loudly. I was like, no, you're welcome. Very classy. I'm a classy person.
I have a friend who recently turned 30 years
Decent
old.
shot there, considering
He had
where you're
other
hitting from.
options. That's what he went with.
This one for the save.
But for his 30th birthday, he wanted to celebrate. He wanted to do something big. So we were like, okay, what do you want to do? You want to go skydiving? You want to go to a strip club? You want to have a big steak dinner? What do you want to do? He was like, I want to go to medieval times. Which at first I thought that meant he wanted to make a time machine. Which that I was actually cool with, because I was like,
Solid
that's
stroke
great.
on that
we'll
one.
hang out, bond as we try to figure out how to make a flux capacitor, and then maybe we go back in time, bet on Super Bowls, and warn Richie Valens not to get on that airplane. You can save who you want. I'm gonna say
Hole number 9.
that's not what my friend wanted to do. He wanted to go to medieval times, the dinner and a show place. Which I don't know if any of you have ever been there. No, do not listen to these people. Do not listen to them. They do not care about you. These people are not your friends. If someone invites you to medieval times, they are not your friend. They do not have your best interests at heart. You need to throw nickels in their face and cut your losses, which are really just the nickels you threw.
Now that was a swing.
Here is medieval times. If you've never been, you show up to a castle, which is typically in a place that doesn't need a castle. At no point in time has anybody ever needed to attack or defend Lyndhurst, New Jersey. You show up to this castle, and there's a lady there in a wench outfit, and she's like, welcome to medieval times. Are you ready to step back into the Middle Ages? Yes, if that's what we're doing, sure. Point me in the direction of a witch. I want to burn it. Because that's medieval times to me. Not, would you like more grog or diet grog with your garlic bread? That's not medieval times. That's false advertising. It's the same problem I have with Build-A-Bear Workshop.
Looks like you're going to hit some sand here.
I really want to build a bear. I do. He'd have like polar bear legs, grizzly bear's torso, Kodiak's arms, but a panda bear's face. So that way he mauls you like a bear, but he eats you like... But medieval times, I can't burn a witch. Nobody's getting the bubonic plague. I can't pee wherever I want to. All I can do is sit there in a paper crown at a 30-year-old's birthday party next to a bunch of 11-year-olds at 11-year-old birthday parties.
Nice.
And they're all looking at me and my friends like some stark vision of their future.
Well, at least you're out of the sand.
Laugh USA, comedy for everyone.
Here's how good frosting is.
For the
when you are
bird.
eating it out of the can, you feel shame.
Sirius XM 98.
Their eyes are smiling, their look is legendary, and the music of the Irish is on St. Paddy's Day radio. Non-stop jigs, reels, and Irish classics to make you feel like you're in a crowded pub in Dublin. St. Paddy's Day Radio returns Tuesday on Sirius XM Channel 30 and streaming on Sirius XM connected devices and speakers.
Rock legend Paul McCartney. Modern icons Coldplay. Emerging sensation Billie Eilish.
Thank you to Sirius. Thank you guys for having me here.
We're opening
you
up
have
the archive
a
to
decent
relive
round
these
going
and
after
others
9. Not
subscriber-only
amazing,
events.
but not
Sirius
bad.
XM's Superstar Concert
2 over for
Series
the tournament.
happening right now. Hear a different, historic, exclusive concert for 24 hours straight on Channel 30. Explore the schedule at SiriusXM.com/concerts.
Laugh USA. Comedy for everyone.
I got to tell you, my wife and I are a praying couple. We believe in prayer, we believe in a creator, we believe in a creator that answers prayer. So when we had children, we prayed for patience, tolerance, love, and understanding. God answered
Nice
those
swing.
prayers with not 1 but 2 ADHD children. So watch what you pray for. The big guy's got a sense of humor.
Now I'll tell you a couple of quick hockey things because I know you guys love hockey.
All right, 145 yards out.
So we'd play on the street, but we'd actually skate like we were on ice, you know? Just be like that the whole time, you know? And we, you know, you guys get mad, but we were like, I was Jean Rattel for a while. Rangers, you know, early 70s. Jean Rattel, Brad Park, that was our team. I remember Cornwallis, Yvon Cornwallis. He was the Canadian. All right, but see, a few of Yvon's old fans, still loyal. And the rest of you, you really forgot about Yvon, didn't you? Or else you're under 90. Either way, but we play hockey in the street, and of course, you know, you'd play.
I'll tell you what, everybody ends up here sometimes. Take this as a learning opportunity.
Cool out. Now you play in the house because you had to keep playing, but now you play in your own house, and anything was a puck, right? You lose like anything, like a shoe, you know, a box of Kellogg's cornflakes, and it was such a violent game. We'd make my brother and his friends play with us, like they were like 3 years younger. When I'm like 12, they're like 9. He's got the one nerdy friend over there. He just came over to like play a nice civilized game with kids his age. Now he's like playing goalie. He's wearing like a pair of socks on his hands, you know. He's got 3 13-year-olds trying to bear down on him, smash an empty can into his head, you know. You high stick in the cat, all kinds of things. It was good. But I don't mind people that are fans of sports, but hockey, and here's what I don't like, and this is a true story.
Okay, it's time to send this ball on its way.
I was working in this office many years ago, Photo Credit Institute. Don't be jealous, folks, but it was a top organization. I worked with 2 guys. I swear to you this is true, because you'll realize you can't make up stupid stuff like this. It's related to hockey in a minor way. One of the guys in our office goes to a funeral. We knew each other, sort of, 3 guys. He goes to a funeral, comes back like a few hours later. We knew him, 3 months. And he's like, oh, and I was like, you don't know who died. It could be his mother. It could be anybody. The other idiot we work with, I swear to you, I go, hey, man, how was your funeral? He goes, it was good, man. I had to get down to Philadelphia. The other idiot that we work with goes, Philadelphia, Flyers suck. You know what I mean? Folks, I couldn't make that up. This is his #1 priority, to make sure this guy knew that the Flyers sucked, you know?
Now the comedy Rodney
Unlucky.
Dangerfield.
I take back that last comment.
How do you do? I hope you folks will excuse me if I appear a little upset tonight. You see, I just broke up with my psychiatrist. Yeah, this afternoon, for the first time, I told him I got suicidal tendencies. Yeah, he told me from now on I have to pay in advance. Well, I'll tell you, I should have known there was something wrong the first time I saw him. I told him my problem. I told him my wife and I were slowly drifting apart. And he showed me how to speed it up, you know? Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people go to psychiatrists because they never got enough love when they were kids. That's what happened to me. No love. My brother, he got all the love because he was much neater than I was. My room was messed up. I didn't care. My brother's room was in order. His towels lined up neatly. His combs, brushes, hair lotions all in the right place. And what did it mean? What is he today? He's an attendant in a men's room. It didn't mean anything. I tell you though, since the last time I was here, a lot of people asked me if I had any more trouble with my car, you know? I'll tell you, with my car, I got nothing but trouble. Well, every Sunday I take my family out for a push.
But you're out of the bunker, so that's a good thing. Okay, for the birdie.
I'll tell you, when it comes to cars, you don't know who to believe. I went in a place last week. I wanted to rent a car. The guy there told me they got something new. He says you can pick up a car in one city, use it all you want, and drop it off in another city. I mean, this isn't new. Years ago, when I was a kid, I did the same thing, you know? I'll tell you, any kind of traveling, I'm unlucky, you know. I mean, I hate to fly. Every time I fly, I feel I got lucky to seat next to me a pretty girl to sit down or something. I always get a loser, you know. Last time I flew, an old man sat next to me. Must have been in his 80s. We had lunch together on a plane. I mean, this guy was old. I asked him to pass me the salt and pepper. He had to make 2 trips.
And that'll keep you at even par. Nice.
I mean,
and 2
right.
over for the
to work
tournament.
night dungeon, and I worked a lot of tough places.
All right, let's let her rip.
I worked over in Red Hook, Canarsie. Even the names are tough, you know? Red Hook, Canarsie. I mean, you take a town like Pleasantville. You know it's harmless, you know? I mean, I'm far from a fighter, but I feel like I could beat up anyone who comes from Pleasantville. I just got another feeling after the show to be a guy waiting for me. Hey, Pleasantville! No, I tell you, I mean, I learned a lot about
All right,
this
looking good
business.
so far?
You know the trouble with me? I don't get no respect. No respect at all. Every time I get in an elevator, the operator says the same thing to me. Basement? I mean, no respect. Well, the other day I was standing in front of a big apartment house. The doorman asked me to get him a cab. And even here on the show. I mean, the mouse, Popo Gigio. How come he gets a dressing room and
Heading
I don't?
towards the beach here. Not the good kind.
It's the same thing with girls. No respect. I remember one girl I met.
Everyone
and she
ends up
told me
in
that
the
I
beach
reminded her of
from
someone
time to
who used
time.
bother her. And then there was another girl I took out. She was a school teacher. I figured for me it'd be something different, a school teacher, you know? I took her out, it was nothing. She was a kindergarten teacher. Every time I put my arm around her, I heard the same thing. I said no. I tell you, years ago with girls, I got no respect. And today it's the same thing with my wife. I mean, she keeps telling me what to do. The first thing she told me was that I should never throw out a shirt. She keeps looking at the cuffs, you know. And as soon as they get frayed, it becomes a short-sleeve shirt. And when the collar goes, I end up with a pajama top. And right now, I got 23 short-sleeve pajama tops. And sometimes I got nothing to do. I sit around the house all day changing pajama tops. You know, it's odd, you know? No, with her clothes, it's different. She keeps buying clothes and tells me it's for my benefit. Because people judge me by the way she looks. Oh,
All right, 1 over for the round. And 3 over for the tournament.
The kids are in the front. The dog is in the front. And her
Okay, here we go.
Now, people say to me, where are your clothes? I tell them I'm wearing them. That's it. You know?
So another thing about not having a license is that I gotta take buses pretty much everywhere I go, right? Not just around towns, but from town to town, right? So some of the buses I take are like Megabus, which is a pretty nice bus. You gotta know how the internet works, and you gotta have a cell phone to get on the bus. And you really appreciate that when you go and take a bus like Greyhound, and they just let anybody on the bus. Greyhound bus has a thing that happens with it where people will sneak into the bathroom and they'll smoke a cigarette because they can't wait to do it until the next stop. And usually what happens is the bus starts to smell like smoke for a little bit. The bus driver ignores it. He doesn't want to deal with it. And then they come out. Bus stops smelling like smoke and everything's fine. Well, this last Greyhound bus trip I took was from Columbus to Cincinnati. And it's only about an hour and a half. But sure enough, there's a dude who can't wait. And he sneaks in the bathroom. We start to smell smoke. Well, this dude picked the wrong bus on the wrong day to smoke a cigarette in the bathroom in. We smell
For the
smoke,
birdie
the
here.
lights flick on, and then the bus driver hops on the PA system, and he's like, "Hey, you smoking a cigarette in the bathroom right now.
go ahead and get ready, because this next exit is your last stop. And everybody's like, whoa. We have a good time on the Greyhound. So sure enough, this white trash dude walks out of the bathroom. He's smiling. He's like, there's no way they're going to kick me off. But sure enough, the lights stay on, and the next exit, we pull off. We pull into a gas station. The bus driver turns off the bus, stands up, and is like, you've got to go. And this dude starts to freak out. He grabs his bags, and he walks off, and we can hear him, like, pleading with the bus driver not to kick him off. He's like, hey, man,
okay, so that'll keep you at 1 over for the round.
This dude has
3 over
three
for
more
the tournament.
states to go to. He was trying to get to Florida.
All right, let's pop this in the fairway.
And then we hear the bus driver say, man, I don't know why you're still talking to me right now. Because when I kick off a passenger, I've got to notify the local authorities. And they're on their way. And we see this dude grab his bag and scurry off into the night, right? Never to be seen again. And then this is my favorite part. The bus driver comes back on. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about the delay, but we've got to wait for the authorities for about 20 or 30 minutes. So if anybody needs a smoke break, get on off of this bus! Oh, baby! It was a cigarette party that day. Let me tell you what. I've never seen so many people start smoking. This is the other bus I gotta take. I gotta take a thing known as the overnight Chinatown bus. Has anyone here ever taken the overnight Chinatown bus? Yeah, that's a real adventure. Let me tell you guys. If you guys don't know what the overnight Chinatown bus is, it's a bus that goes from Chinatown in New York to Chinatown in Columbus, which is a building. And it is a very shady operation. I've woken up in the middle of the night on the Chinatown bus, and we're just getting off at some random exit in the middle of the night, pulling into a random parking lot. There'll be a car there, flashes its lights. The bus
Great
flashes
contact.
its lights.
Nice
we pull
swing.
up next to the car. All the lights go off. They load boxes from the car onto the bus, and then we keep going. And you better keep your mouth shut if you want to wake up in New York. So I've never had evidence to show people what a shady operation this Chinatown bus is. Until recently, I was looking at my latest Chinatown bus ticket, and this will give you guys some idea of the security on the Chinatown bus. These are the prohibited items on the Chinatown bus as listed in order on the back of this
contact.
ticket. No seafood, smoking, alcohol, drugs, or weapons are allowed on this bus. Those items, again, in order are no seafood, smoking, alcohol, drugs, or weapons are allowed on this bus. They clearly have had more problems with
Looks
one
like a
of those
24-footer
things
from here.
than the rest of those things. That's just good branding, right? That's just fun. It's like, hey, welcome to the Chinatown bus. You can smoke a cigarette. You can drink a 40. You can probably stab that guy. But get that tilapia out of here. Shishi.
Believe it or not, guys, I do stand up outside of this room. I've been to Montreal. I did some stand-up in Montreal. You know, there's like way too much fashion happening in Montreal. I see this guy walking down the street.
9-footer here.
With
See what we
denim
can do.
overalls, undone, on top of denim overalls that were done up. He looked like a denim banana. I had to buy a shirt. I had to buy a shirt for the show. You know, I can't just wear T-shirts everywhere. I would love to. I had to buy one of these like button-up shirts, straight buttons, top to bottom, like at least 12 to 15. Haven't counted them all yet, but I will soon. For this joke. Got these button shirts now. I got this one shirt. I go to put it on, and like hanging under my left arm in this sack is an extra button.
Well done. We're in the
What am
hole.
I supposed to do with this? Learn how to instantly sew if I lose a button? Like, there's a reason why I'm buying shirts and I'm not
Sitting
cobbling them
at
up in my
2
basement.
over for the round. And 4 over
It's 'cause I don't
for
know
the
how to
tournament.
sew. Doesn't even come with a needle.
Okay, it's time to send this ball on its
Give
way.
me the needle, okay? I'll find the, like, what am I supposed to do in a pinch? You know, like, I gotta go find a needle and thread. Now, like, I don't even know where you buy needle and string. I have no clue. I gotta go find a needle store and be like, look, give me one needle, and maybe 6 to 8 feet of string. Got to sew on a button. Pretty confident right now. The whole thing has just turned into a conversational piece for me. Just talking with one of my friends, I'm like, could you believe this? I have this sack hanging under my arm. This extra button. And my friend's like, Mark, you're supposed to take that off. I'm like, where am I going to put it? You know? I'm going to lose it. And then I'm down 2 buttons.
You collect stuff, I'm a collector. A lot of people collect different things. Anybody collect anything? Yeah, what do you collect? Thank you. I didn't hear it, I don't know what it was. In Boston, I went up to Boston, and I went in this house, you know, because people invite, hey, they want celebrities over their house for some reason. I wouldn't, but they want them over. You know, no, I'm just being nice. Whoever booked the show, and then I go to the thing. So I go to the people's house, and then you just walk in. You ever walk into a house that they collected for too long? Oh, someone likes elephants. Someone loves an elephant. It's true, man. And you just stand there and you say to your friend, we got to get out of here. Got to go. Man. Then they say, I got 1,100 elephants. Yeah. And it's fabulous. You want to see the first one I ever collected? Do I?
Okay, so that'll keep you at 2 over for the round and 4 over for the tournament. Okay, grip it, rip it, let's go.
I house of some friends, and I didn't know they had dolls. They had a room full of dolls. I was staying in it. They showed me they opened the door. You'll be in this room. All the dolls had the same teeth as me. And just like me, when you lay them down, their eyes close. Did you ever stay at someone's house and they are trying to say it's a bed that you're going to sleep on? It's a day bed. Well, it's night right now, though.
Solid swing.
The cat sleeps on it. Not tonight. The cat doesn't sleep on it. No. I couldn't go to sleep. The dolls were all. I finally had to bring them all in the bed and lay them all down to get their eyes to close.
Looks like about 205 yards to the pin here.
100% of my Christmas traditions are food adjacent, you know? Like decorate Christmas tree while eating sugar cookies. Check out the Christmas lights while eating sugar cookies. Make fudge while eating sugar cookies. It's
Solid
a fudge
swing.
and sugar cookie sandwich, guys. Every holiday is based on food. You've got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's, Easter, and then May rolls around, and every ad on TV's like, it's time for swimsuit shopping. Pass. I'm not doing it. Hard pass, guys. It's ridiculous. I have these friends who keep asking me, are you ready for summer? Like, I don't know. Extra strength deodorant. Check. Shave my legs. We'll see. My one friend was like, I'm going to get a pre-summer tan. I was like, what does that even mean? You're going to tan before we tan? That's ridiculous. I hate laying out. My idea of laying out is sitting by the pool in a sun hat and a swim blanket. I'm not going to work out for swimsuit season either, because I want to be voted most inspirational at the pool.
All right, 12-footer here.
I want people to see me and be like, she's so brave.
I think marriage is basically finding someone who you can tolerate. That's it, just someone who you can put up with. That's the blessed union. Which is why they use the word take in the marriage ceremony. It's like, can you take this one? Is your wife? Really? And you can take this one? All right, you do what you want to do. But I'm getting irritated just looking at you. You go right ahead. Now talk about your day every day.
And that'll keep you at 2 over for the round. And 4 over for the tournament. All right, let's let her rip.
No way, back it up. All this happened today, or are you combining days? Because I am riveted. I don't even care about my own day. I gotta listen to somebody else yapping. I have friends and family who are getting married now, which is exciting.
Nice.
You know, it's fun. I'm happy for them, but it just changes things a little. Like you go over their house, they'll have the married things in the house, right? They'll have like the spare roll of toilet paper with like a little knitted hat on it. You know what I mean? Like I live with 2 other guys. Like if we had that, somebody's wiping the hat at some point. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's flushing the hat. It's like it looks nice, but it serves a purpose.
I don't worry about anything anymore. I'm optimistic. I don't worry about never worry about hangovers ever again. Hangovers don't matter because what are you doing when you start off your day with a hangover? Starting off your day at rock bottom. Logically, not a bad place to start your day when you think about it, because then just surviving that day physically, how good do you feel by the end of it, right? You feel like a lot of positive things accomplished. You're like, oh my God, 5:30 p.m. I can hold food down now. Check that off.
1 over for the round, and 3 over for the tournament.
I might even put pants on. Let's not get crazy
Nice
now.
bird on that last hole. Let's see another one.
I only say that because I hope you all have a job you can do with a hangover, because that is called the American dream. You're living it. You won. Good for you. Because not every job you can do with a hangover. For 1 year of my life, I was an elementary school teacher, and I want to tell you something right now, if you're wondering, not a job you can do with a hangover ever, because punching kids in the face is illegal. You can't do that. No, you can't even choke them out either. You can't even like put them in some sort of MMA armbar. Nap time, nap time, nap time, nap time.
Ooh, no good.
Sleepy. Like I'm not a monster. I land down really gently, you know, like There you go, little buddy. Like the angel you should be acting like right now. It's ridiculous, and there's only so many movie days you're allowed to have in a row before people start asking some pretty nosy questions about your teaching curriculum. Let's just say that. Questions like, hey, Brian, why are you dry heaving in the trash can in front of your kindergartners right now?
Now that was a swing.
What are you trying to teach them today? Well, today is what's called a life lessons day, all right? Yeah, it's about the dangers of 4 a.m. gas station hot dogs, and they're never going to forget this. Plus, why the hell are you even mad at me right now? I am the only teacher doing college prep work with kindergartners. Yep, I'm a trailblazer in education. Is this how you're going to treat heroes? That is a fact, by the way. Every single movie that you ever had when you were a little kid is because your teacher was so hungover that morning. They barely made it into work that day, I promise you. Cinco de Mayo, big drinking day. Seso de Mayo, big movie day. That's all we're doing. Yeah, same with the day of St. Patty's Day. It's what's called a Reading Rainbow Marathon. That's all that is. That one's on LeVar Burton. You had Jaeger bombs at happy hour. Because happy hour is when teachers can afford to drink. It's sad but true. The drunkest person at every happy hour, teacher, every single time. And the drunker they are, the younger they teach. Trust me, I've been there. You ever see somebody 3:30 p.m. taking body shots on a bar? That is a principal of an elementary school. That is how it is. Yeah, they're working some things out. It's called therapy.
Kids say the darndest things, but so would you
if you had no education.
Laugh USA, comedy for everyone.
2 over par.